When did you become a physiotherapist?
I became a physiotherapist in 1990.
Ooh. What is the importance of teamwork for you?
Ooh, it's everything. I think when you're treating a patient, I mean, it's just yourself treating that patient, but you're a team with that patient, and if they don't trust you, it's always teamwork to get them better. And then on top of that, sometimes depending on what the problem may be with the patient, we may have to work with other health professionals. We may have to work with an occupational therapist or with a doctor or with a pharmacist. And so it's important that we work together as a team in order to have a better outcome with our patients. So teamwork is very important in what we do. And here within the clinic too, we also, like sometimes if we have more difficult cases, then we have colleagues that we can go to and say, okay, you know, this is what I've seen, what would you suggest I do, or is there anything else that you think I might have missed or whatever. So it's important to work as a team. Same thing with teaching. When I teach, we teach as a team often because I teach clinical skills, so it's where to put your hands and how to do this, how to do that. So it's important that there's a couple of us in the room that are going around to correct the students. So you have to be able to work with others.
How are you managing your stress at work?
How do I manage my stress? But there certainly is. There are some times where it's more stressful than others, like now where I'm full on teaching and I'm writing the exams for December and the clinic is still going on. So how I manage that is I try and take some time for me. I try and maintain my running so that I can, that's my mental health break, is just to go out and run in the hills and stuff. And as far as stress, I think it's just a matter of trying to find a balance. And yeah, sometimes there might be more work, but then if you can cut something else, the house gets a little messier, and then things shift around. It's just a matter of trying to find a balance. And I think for me, it's definitely going out for a run, and just when there's too much to do, you go for a run, you come back, thoughts are clearer, and you're more productive.
Okay. What is your principal source of motivation in your work?
What's my principal source of motivation? Well, when it comes to treating patients, I think it's seeing them move better, seeing them getting back to their sport, whether it be hockey, running, whatever it is. It's seeing them get back to their daily life, not just running sometimes, or not just their sport. Sometimes it's somebody who's just not functioning because they've had a fracture, they're coming out of a cast and they can't walk normally. So it's just making them as functional as possible. For me, that's a motivation. And then as far as my teaching is concerned, well, it's making sure that what motivates me then is just to make sure that the students can understand easily what we're trying to teach them. And I think it's just seeing them develop the passion, I think, is my motivation.
Yeah, what are your next professional purposes?
Well, I've just come back from a big one, as you know. So I think there's always, after having gone to the Olympics, there's always a little bit of an Olympic lull, and it's just letting it all soak in and deciding what the next adventure will be. I have to say that I don't know what the next adventure will be. I mean, right now I'm just happy to press on cruise control and continue running the clinic, continue teaching. I'm sure there will be some other big project that will come around, whether it be another Olympic, who knows, we'll see.
Yeah, you talk about Olympics, so what experience challenged you recently in your work?
Oh, it definitely was the Olympics. And opening the clinic. I mean, the clinic here in this building opened in 2012, and before that I was somewhere else, but it's definitely gotten bigger in the last 4 years, and so just doing that has been a big project, and the Olympics have been good source of motivation. It's always interesting to work with elite athletes and just elite people. Everybody who's there at the Olympics, the coaches, the technicians, the psychologists, the nutritionists, everybody who's there is the best in their field. So it's a perfect opportunity to really learn and to share your ideas and how to go about getting that maximum out of that athlete. So.
Is it attainable to manage family, work, social life with your schedule?
With my schedule, I think it's always a challenge, and I think I've been very fortunate in the sense that I've taken the time when my family was younger. I didn't work as much, and so that I could be more home with them and be more present, and just that's what I wanted to do, and I had the liberty of being able to do it. And then as they grew older, then my professional life started taking on a little bit more importance and more time. That might have happened a little sooner than I would have liked, so that was harder to balance then. I think now things, I'm cruising in all aspects of my professional life, like the clinic and the teaching, everything's kind of organized, and so now it's a lot easier to handle. But when you start a business, you can't count your hours, so it became a family project.
What is the most important advice you can give us as a future physiotherapist?
I think you need to find your passion, and whether it be physio or anything else, and if you find something you're passionate about, you're going to love what you do, and it's not going to seem like a job. And actually it was funny because I was just saying that today, for me physio is not a job. Physio is who I am. It's just part of Guylaine. It's part of what I do, and I think that makes life so much better if you can like what you do. So yeah, I think is find your passion, and if it's not physio, then find what part of or what it is, and if it is physio, find what type of physio, because again, within physio you can work with athletes, you can work with people who've had strokes, you can work with people who've had spinal cord injuries. But if you find that subject that really interests you, it's not a job anymore, it's fun.